Black Ink Crew, Chicago features gun incident on premiere. Black Ink Crew, Chicago has often documented the fistfights and screaming matches between the employees of the 9 Mag tattoo shop in Pilsen, but an incident featured on Wednesday's season 4 premiere reached a new level. The drama spurred a neighbor to call the police about property damage and temporarily halted production on the VH1 reality series. Ryan Henry destroyed the inside of his tattoo shop on January 31st, according to a police report and his fellow cast members. Henry, who has not been criminally charged in connection with the incident, was shown on video carrying a weapon unknown if rifle or shotgun at about 2 a.m. at Lacuna Lofts, where the shop is located, according to the police report. No one was harmed, but there was damage to the shop's walls, dressing rooms and makeup rooms, according to the report. Cast members note bullet holes as they survey the damage on the premiere, which is scheduled to air at 7 p.m. When confronted about the destruction by a castmate, Henry admits "I did it" as he continues to distance himself from his co-workers over the long-standing beef. Executive producer Dan Cesario said the show's cameras were not rolling at the time of the incident, and production was shut down for more than a week afterward. "We used this opportunity to reassess safety and security of the team in the community around us. We put significant additional measures in place to keep our cast and our crew and the community around us safe and be a good member of the Loft community," Cesario told the Tribune by phone. "I think it's something that both Big Fish, Entertainment, as a production company, and the network worked very closely together and put a lot of thought and time into how we were moving forward with the show." Cesario declined to detail the new safety measures and said the investigation into the incident is ongoing. Tracy Powell, managing partner of the neighboring technology innovation hub Blue Lacuna, called police February 5 to report the property damage. Powell told the Tribune his team fixed the one hole in their wall and they are happy with the situation where it is now because there have been no other incidents. The family that runs Lacuna, a former macaroni factory that now functions as an arts-centered office building, declined to comment to the Tribune. This is not the first time an incident on the show extended beyond the cast. A crew member was shown getting knocked to the ground in a fight that broke out in March 2017 while cast members were shooting scenes at the Elbow Room for an episode that aired last season. Reps for the Lakeview music venue did not return a Tribune request for comment. "We have the same precautions that any show of this nature has in place," Cesario said. We follow the same protocols. We produced more than 150 episodes of Black Ink Crew between the New York edition and Chicago. We're extremely thoughtful and thorough in our approach to filming. The Chicago series' multi-season run is unique because most of the reality shows that film in Chicago are here for just a season before moving on to another location. The series also tackles topics that aren't typically broached by other shows, like the effects of gun violence. This season, Henry is shown revisiting the 2009 murders of his sister, Nova, and her infant daughter with former Bulls center Eddie Curry. The show sometimes struggles to find the right balance between moments like these and the vicious cast member interactions that probably don't help improve Chicago's violent reputation. I know that Chicago is known for a lot of violence and just pulling each other down and not really lifting each other up. But on the other end, it's crazy because Chicago supports the show so much. Cast member Charmaine Walker, a Louisiana native who also works as a weekend host on WGCI-FM 107.5, told the Tribune. Even though we do turn up a lot on the show, whether it's fights that might happen or people are going through gun charges and gun violence and stuff like that, even though that's a more grimier part of it, on the other end, we do a lot of positive things and we try to not be the stereotype that people put 1, reality shows in, and 2, Chicago in. We totally want to show Chicago in the best light that we can show it. Said Cesario, Black Ink Crew, it's this amazing story of entrepreneurship, underdogs, grit and heart. I think the show showcases what it takes to make it as an entrepreneur in Chicago, and we showcase the hustle, the triumphs, the struggle and the interpersonal relationships and sometimes combustibility of our cast, both professionally and personally. I'd like to believe that, on Black Ink Chicago, we tell a story about a cast of individuals that's never been told before. I don't think we shy away from some of the more difficult issues and storylines.